President Muhammad Buhari says, keep up the good work as he presents Excellence Awards in public service. More feats in the fight against insurgency as police rescues 10 kidnapped women in Zamfara state. Plus, Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs inaugurates Mines Action Committee to save lives. These and more on Panorama today, reaching live from Abuja, the nation's capital. I'm Elizabeth Omori. We'll be right back. 44 individuals and organizations who distinguished themselves in innovation and purposeful leadership have been recognized and rewarded for contributing immensely to the growth of the public service in the country. President Muhammad Buhari, who presented the awards, commended the recipients for standing to be counted for doing the right things and leaving their footprints on the sands of time. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
Amongst the recipients of the Nigeria Excellence Award in Public Service are former President Goodluck Jonathan for peace building, while that of Parliamentary Excellence went to Senate President Ahmed Lawan and Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila. Several governors from the 6 geopolitical zones of the country, serving and former ministers, security chiefs, heads of governmental and non-governmental organizations also received the awards in various categories. These include infrastructure delivery, innovation, as well as reforms impacting on critical sectors of the nation's economy. The event was put together by the Best Strategic Media in collaboration with the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation.
I would like to encourage all the recipients of this Excellence Award not to relent in their efforts towards contributing to the growth and development of the public service and the society at large, because growth and development should continually be our aspiration. In spite of differences in our political inclinations, we have a country that we must sustain, that we must protect.
President Muhammadu Buhari, who commended the organizers for deploying one of the best indices in determining the suitability or otherwise of individuals and organizations for the awards, said this will go a long way towards challenging public officers to live above board in discharging their responsibilities, knowing that they are being monitored.
This is to put on record that this award is born out of empirical evidence of performance and not politics. Let me use this opportunity to say thank you for your contributions to the transformation of our country. This award is a validation of your approach, but much more as a motivation for you and other upcoming leaders to continue doing more towards the attainment of a better Nigeria in all sectors of the economy.
The president is, however, worried that issues in corruption attributable to deeply rooted problems like nepotism, political patronage, as well as lack of transparency and accountability have continued to distract public office holders from delivering on their mandates and aspirations.
Public service is a public trust where officers and even employees must be accountable to the people whom they should serve at all times with uttermost responsibility, integrity, loyalty, and efficiency. They are expected to act with patriotism and think out of the box in order to solve the many problems facing the people which they lead.
Former President Goodluck Jonathan responded on behalf of the award recipients.
We always say that those who more is given, more is expected from them. We have selected 44 of us, honored us on the live television, being watched all over the world. The only thing is that we promise that we will continue to do more for humanity.
Dr. Jonathan, however, made a strong case for the review of the structure and functions of local governments in Nigeria, saying if they are working, at least the security challenges would have been minimized and 1 or 2 council chairmen would have been recognized and also rewarded. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
In Habitan politics, President Muhammadu Buhari has promised to be at the forefront of the campaign towards getting Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu elected as next president of Nigeria, stating emphatically that the future of Nigeria is safer in the hands of APC leadership. The president stated this while formally inaugurating the APC Presidential Campaign Council and unveiling the action plan of the party's presidential candidates for Nigeria. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo once again reports.
I will be at the forefront of this campaign.
President Muhammadu Buhari, who chairs the Presidential Campaign Council comprising zonal and state coordinators, advisors, patrons, and several directorates, said the cost of losing the gains Nigeria has made is much more than the need to stop what he called the hemorrhage that led to their coming together in 2014.
I want to charge every member to put in maximum efforts during the next 4.5 months of campaign to ensure we record a resounding victory in all our elections nationwide. The future of this country is safer in our hands. Our candidate, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, is too well known for his capacity and can do spirit. He stands tall in his track record as a Democrat, a champion of the rule of law, a man at home in every part of our country, and a truly visionary leader.
The president said the APC family members have every reason to be proud of the governing party's achievements in the last 7 years, despite the unfavorable circumstances of global economic downturns, COVID-19 pandemic, insecurity, as well as inherited systemic corruption.
Our commitment to stimulate our nation's economy through massive infrastructural development has not been misplaced. The real impact of our efforts will be felt more as the various projects are completed and put to in the coming days. Our administration remains committed to progressively eliminate all flashpoints of insecurity nationwide. We would triumph over the enemies of our country in whatever form and shape they appear.
He, however, made a strong case for all APC members to at all times subscribe to the supremacy of the party and see themselves as ambassadors of its progressive principles. President Muhammadu Buhari, the presidential candidate, and his running mate, the party's national chairman, and other critical stakeholders formally unveiled the action plan of the Asiwaju Shetima ticket entitled Renewed Hope. The compendium clearly shows what needs to be done and how to get it done towards sustaining Nigeria's upward trajectory in critical sectors of the economy.
And we are saying today, the renewed hope of this country will be for real. This is a promise that you can depend on. The hope is back, renewed, back, and solid.
There is no doubt that Nigerians have found in the APC the Moses to lead them to the promised land.
For the national chairman of the party, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, APC, which remains the party to beat, will never be disappointing as the Buhari administration has laid a solid foundation for a sustainable future of the country.
Our party is united around a common cause, the cause of peace, unity, and national development.
I assure you that we will work assiduously to deliver on your mandate of seeing an APC to APC transition from President Muhammadu Buhari to President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
No date has yet been fixed for the launch of the APC presidential campaign. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
And sharing trending news says the Zamfara State Police Command has rescued 10 women and one-year-old baby abducted last Monday following an extensive search and rescue operation at Gando Forest in Bokoyum local government area of the state. A statement issued by the spokesman for Zamfara State Police Command, Mohammed Shell, says on receiving the report, the State Commissioner of Police, Kolo Yusuf, deployed additional police tactical operatives who worked in collaboration with a vigilante group in the area to successfully rescue all the victims unhurt. The victims have been medically examined, debriefed, and reunited with their families. You're watching Panorama, reaching you live from Abuja. Let's take a breather now. The news continues shortly.
The Nigerian electoral system is seemingly simple, yet may be complicated for some.
It's for them to come and tell us what they have.
Running an election is equivalent to what? A job application.
I want them to identify the issues plaguing the common Nigerians.
PDP should focus on PDP and APC should focus on APC.
Let's show you what an election is all about as Nigerians pick the next president, governors, and legislators. We interrogate their plans, question the rationale, and review the prospects. Join us, the ballot.
You're still watching Panorama on NTA. The wife of the Inspector General of Police and POA President Hajara Usman Al-Khali Baba has donated palliatives worth 25 million naira to flood victims at Adankolo camp in Lokoja, Kogi State. Correspondent Solomon Ayedeng reports.
The police officer's vice president and wife of the Inspector General of Police, Hajara Usman Al-Khali Baba, was in Adankolo IDP camp to extend helping hands towards mitigating the suffering of the 390 flood victims at the camp in Lokoja metropolis. Accompanying her was Rashida Bello, the wife of Kogi State Governor. Hajara Usman Al-Khali Baba explained that the donation of palliatives consisting of food and non-food items falls in line with the agenda of impacting on the vulnerable groups in the society.
Everybody that is in this camp under you have this share. They make us to look so very happy because we never expect those kind of things.
That waters the poor will also be rewarded.
The wife of Kogi State Governor, Rashida Bello, while sympathizing with the victims, commended the efforts of POA President and other donor groups for reaching out to the victims.
I am standing on behalf of the good people of Kogi State to say a big thank you to you for coming all the way to come and, sympathize and support our people.
The association is expected to extend the gesture to other IDP camps in the state. In Lokoja, Solomon Ayedehi, NTA News.
In compliance with President Muhammadu Buhari's directive to save more lives in the northeast from threats of explosive ordinances, a National Humanitarian Mine Action Committee has been inaugurated. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Umar Farouk, also inaugurated humanitarian peace and safety ambassadors. Sounds of war that have left many dead and some wounded. Mohammed Sani is a victim of explosive ordnance device in Maiduguri.
The female suicide bomber exploded IED, and there were many that died in the district. He survived with an injury, but because of the flash of the explosive, he lost his sight.
Just like Mohammed, many do not have the technical capacity to clear explosive remnants of war, and this committee will assist victims as required by international treaties.
These weapons can also hinder reconstruction and threaten economic livelihood. I urge you all to support the work of this committee as Nigeria moves towards building national capacity in humanitarian mine action.
The minister, who also inaugurated the humanitarian peace and safety ambassadors, urged the committee to remain committed to the assignment. Elizabeth. The Presidential Amnesty Program is seeking the partnership of the Nigerian Army to train ex-agitators who are beneficiaries of the program. The interim administrator of the program, Major General Barry Ndiomo, retired, disclosed this during a meeting with the Chief of Army Staff at the Army headquarters in Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
The Presidential Amnesty Program is said to be faced with some challenges, prompting the appointment of Major General Barry Ndiomo as an interim administrator. His mandate is to redesign the program, whose some vocational centers are yet to be completed since it began in 2009. The visit to the Nigerian Army headquarters is part of efforts to restructure the program.
The particular mandate handed down to me makes it even more difficult and challenging. Those areas of cooperation that we have identified, we can follow through for the training of these ex-agitators so that we can get them prepared and make them more useful to the society.
This is coming amid complaints by former agitators of being neglected by the programs.
Nigerian armies will continue to support and even improve on its support to the Presidential Amnesty Program in all your activities.
While the new leadership is stepping up efforts to reposition the program, which was initially meant to end in December 2015, the need to live up to its mandate is paramount. From the Nigerian Army headquarters in Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Now, escape of convicts from custodial centers while serving conventional jail term constitute serious breach to existing peace and social order. To stem this tide, the Public Complaints Commission is building synergy with key players on systemic and proactive investigation. Abubakar Kwanga reports.
Gory images from July 5th, 2022 Kuje Custodial Center attacks and other separate explosion and heavy gunfire across similar centers in parts of the country is necessitating this strategic session. And as part of its mandate to promote social justice, the Public Complaint Commission is bringing key players to the table to review strategies and enhance capacity of frontline agencies.
Prisons are over congested, so that's why you can have all these jailbreaks. If they have enough, they can handle the people in the prison.
We want to have the double walls, not just single walls, so that the attack there will be difficult.
What would somebody who steals a yam be doing in prison? Have we looked at options of non-custodial remands? This is where the Public Complaint Commission need to really sensitize our judges.
There is need for a separate purpose-built detention facility for the non-state actors, the terrorists.
These stakeholders advocate strengthening of collaborative effort in nipping the dangers in the bud. In Abuja, Abubakar Akwanga, NTA News.
The federal government, through its social investment program, has inaugurated the At-Risk Children Program, ACP, in Ondo State to help out-of-school children. Special advisor to the President on Social Investment, Miriam Weiss, inaugurated the Ondo State Project Advisory Committee. Abiola Ariyo tells us more.
The federal government's At-Risk Children Program, ACP, in collaboration with Ondo State government, seeks support for vulnerable and at-risk children and youths by providing support for young people below age 24.
It's also important to share skills even for those who don't have skills. It's important, I have found in many places, that what attracts a lot of parents, especially in rural areas, is to combine skills with education.
The primary mandate of any government really, apart from security and protection of lives and property of citizens, it's also for their total well-being.
The project will cover the 18 local government areas of Ondo State.
What remains now is for us to sit down and begin the work. The projects that directly impact not only our employees and states. But we have 50 local governments.
ACP is an ambitious and strategically designed initiative of the federal government under the Office of the Vice President and led by the Special Advisor to the President on Social Investment in Akure, Abiola Rio, NTA News.
Avoid speeding, overloading and unsafe tires to arrive safely is the theme of this year's Ember Month sensitization campaign held at Central Motor Park, Mina, by the Niger State Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps. Musa Mika reports that the exercise became pertinent to reduce some of the avoidable road accidents associated with Ember Month due to increased human and vehicular activities.
Statistic by the Niger State Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps indicates that this year alone, about 600 vehicles were involved in road accidents, with 194 deaths recorded, while 1,374 people were reportedly injured at various locations within the state. The Ember Month sensitization campaign was therefore designed to educate drivers and passengers alike on the importance of safety, aimed at reducing carnage on highways due to increase in socio-economic activities during this period.
Emphasis to public education and stakeholder engagement in this kind of strategy. Niger State is connected to the southern part of the country, and therefore there are a lot of traffic, especially the articulated vehicles moving through Niger State, and that is why we give emphasis to Niger State. It has reduced by as much as 55%, and we want to take it to as high as 85%. We want zero fatality, no deaths. It's a very important message, and family too.
People of vested interest, including representatives of the state government, promised to synergize with relevant agencies to make the roads safer for the people. Emina, Musa Mika in NTA News.
The Buhari Media Organization says the second Niger bridge is no longer a mirage, but a reality. The media group describes the completion of the bridge as an affirmation of President Muhammadu Buhari's position that governance would not suffer with the commencement of campaigns towards the 2023 general elections. BMO urges subnationals to take a cue from the patriotic stance of President Muhammadu Buhari for continuity of governance. And next, some sporting stories.
Nigeria's female under-17 team have qualified for the semi-final of the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in India. The Flamingos played 1-1 in regular time with the USA. The match entered a penalty shootout, and the Junior Falcons triumphed over the Yankee Babes 4-3. This will be the first time the Flamingos will be qualifying for the semi-finals after reaching the quarterfinals on 3 occasions.
Jackson sees her spot kick kept out by the goalkeeper. Nigeria are into the semi-finals.
We watched the Flamingos defeat the strongest of the teams at the Under-17 World Cup, talking about the United States, by the lottery of penalties. Quite a wonderful one, you would say, by those Under-17 girls. At this point, we can only hope that they can even go further than the semi-finals, go to the finals and win us a trophy for the very first time.
In the English Premier League, some matches show Chelsea entertaining Manchester United at Stamford Bridge. The bottom of the table Nottingham Forest will be fighting for 3 points when they welcome Liverpool to the City Ground Stadium, while Brighton will be the guest of Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. Two-time Grand Slam champion and world number 9, Simona Halep, has been provisionally suspended from tennis after testing positive for a banned substance. The Romanian said the positive result came as the biggest shock of her life. The International Tennis Integrity Agency, ITIA, said Halep had exercised her right to have her B sample analyzed, which confirmed the finding of rosadostat. Rosadostat is an anti-anemia drug that stimulates the production of red blood cells in the body. In September, Halep announced she had undergone surgery to improve her breathing condition and was ending her 2022 season early. Halep, who won the French Open in 2018 and Wimbledon in 2019, where she trashed Serena Williams, is the highest profile tennis player to fail a drug test since Maria Sharapova in 2016. With Sports Update, Enojo Adiku, NTA News.
In Sports Update ends Panorama this afternoon. Thank you so much for watching. Do remember to always take action against rape and rapists. I'm Elizabeth Omori. Good afternoon.